Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
What up, y'all? It's Joe Budden, here to talk about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money while watching football. You can get up to 100 times your money.
Prize Picks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code SPOTIFY. That's code SPOTIFY on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, welcome to a brand new episode of Fisting Friday.
Fridays are ready to get fisted. The fists are ready to get Friday.
Okay.
Don't think too much.
No, I did.
That's the key
it's
to everything I say.
Friday. Like you put it in the oven, sizzle it, cook it up, serving it fresh.
I love how I can say literally anything, and you can be like, "Well, no, here's the justification of the backstory that you and I both know I didn't have."
But now it's our backstory.
You know what it's like? It's like there's a blank canvas, and I just throw like
the paint on
color blotch on it, and you go, "Actually, this is a whole tree," and then you make all of this, and I'm like, "Exactly, for sure." So we are going to be reading the results of last week's episode. Thank you all for being understanding that this went up late. We had a collective brain fart. And that happens, I've discovered, it happens sometimes totally randomly, but the only time we really have collective ones is when we record twice in a week because we forget about what day of the week it is. And Monday, I was convinced it was Friday. Today, I was convinced it was Monday.
As we were recording this, I was like, I feel like we just recorded.
Yes.
And we did. We just recorded a couple days ago.
So for some reason that doesn't click in our heads. And so that's why it was up late because we were like, Melissa texted me and she goes, "Oh shit, we forgot to do this." And I was like, "Oh damn, might be." So it went up late. We are at a full 20 hours ago. So we do appreciate everyone who did vote. Thank you. And I'm not going to promise you it's never going to happen again, but you're on for the ride.
It will happen. Mm-hmm. All right. You're up, buddy.
Yep, for episode 94. I hope I got that one right. I could have lied about that number.
You got to be right because we're getting close to 100 and we need to celebrate it properly.
It is 94. It's right.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
First up, me. Megan thinks 99% of TikToks are staged. 96% said I'm not wrong. 4% said that I am wrong. And some people did like message, I don't know if I screenshot any of it, but being like, I don't think 99%, but like I think a vast majority. And I was like, that was the caveat of what I gave. I don't think people who are like crying over songs in their room being like, oh my God, or like, I just shit my pants. Like, I don't think those ones are staged. It's the specific kind of to elicit a reaction like that, reactionary content.
Right. No one wrote in. All right. Melissa reminds us that the president is not a celebrity. 4% said I was wrong. 96% said I was not wrong. Okay, I only clicked she is wrong because by definition, he is considered one, but I don't think any political figure or person in such a position of power should be treated as one, worshipped over, etc. And I agree with her overall sentiment 100%. Is this too Virgo of me? And then they responded again and said, not me wanting to unsend my reply, but I can't because I feel annoying with my response. I already screenshotted it, baby. This has happened before. Just know that like once the votes go up, I'm already screenshotting. As soon as I see something come in, I'm screenshotting. So if you have second thoughts, you got to be quicker than me.
Well, or you have to be late enough for me because Melissa gets the first ones that come out. She's on top of it. And I'm the one being like, I just checked 5 seconds ago and I found this here. So, you got to get in the sweet spot. So we can give you the follow up.
And I didn't sleep last night because I was on Reddit trying to make swaps. So.
And everyone should know she did it.
I completed
Congratulations. Then we have writer number 1. Who wants to take money out of anniversary money to go on a friend trip? 67% said the writer's wrong. 33% said the writer is not wrong. We had so many people write in with this one. And I think like both, like very much representing both sides. Not that I think you and I have totally opposite views, but I think like you're more like, sure. And I'm like, ooh, like we're just a little more on that side. So someone said, I definitely don't think that it would be wrong of the writer to use some of the anniversary trip money for the friend's birthday trip as long as it's put back in the anniversary fund quickly. But I do wonder if the writer really wants to spend the money on the friend's trip or if it's just people pleaser tendency showing, as Megan said. Because if it were me in the situation, I would sure rather work those extra hours to be able to spend more money on my own trip rather than on my friend's. I feel the same way. Again, depending on the budget. Like that's the whole caveat of all of it. Like, if I'm going to have to sacrifice on my own personal trip to then like not like live lavishly on this birthday trip to kind of like scrape by bare minimum, I would have one great trip than like two.
But would you be working more hours if the friend trip was proposed? No, you'd still have the same budget. She's only working more hours so that she can put the money back.
Oh, true. I'm just thinking of like, if I had to make up for it, like how much I would have to, for me, the whole thing boils down to how much it costs, because like, if I'm going to have to sacrifice some of the money I would want to spend on my friend, on my personal trip, because I might not be able to make it all back in overtime. And then I'm like in a bad mood by the time I go on the trip or whatever, then I'm like, if I'm not having like a lovely, luxurious experience on both trips, for me, I'd just rather save the money for one. But it also depends on the friend.
Yeah. I've had fun friend trips in the last couple years. So
if you wanted to go to Cabo,
you would first ask me, "Are you okay?"
Well, no. First, I would say, "Oh, that sounds so lovely," and then you'd hear a knock at your door, and then I'd be like, "Hello, hello," and I would be like, "We are gathered here today to do an exorcism because what fucking demon has gotten into your body that makes you want to go to Cabo?" And then I will pull up Expedia, Travelocity, and I'll be like, where do you want? Let's go somewhere else.
You will message Sinitra, since she is a travel agent, and be like, book us something else.
I go, we'll tell her it's Cabo, and then we'll blindfold you. It'll be fun. We'll drug you on the plane.
Again, nothing against Cabo. It's just not for us.
No, it's just, no. And it's not, you can do Cabo for not as much money, but if you are like touristy doing Cabo, you will spend so much money and you do not have to. Like, it's not that. I know people have spent as much like domestically traveling from like any spot in the US to even people from California, and they'll spend as much as like a Europe trip. And I'm like, are you kidding? You don't have to. Okay. Someone said, I have FOMO. I get it. As long as she puts it back ASAP. That's a part I didn't think of. I do not have FOMO. So
I know. That's why I explained my part when we were doing the explanation.
Yeah, that's helpful because I am like, oh yeah, I forgot about, I don't have that. Someone said, if you discuss with your partner and you can repay it within 3 months or it is less than $500, absolutely not wrong. I wholeheartedly agree with that one. I agree with Meghan about not wanting to spend a ton on a friend's birthday though. Okay, I don't want anyone to think like I'm an asshole because like if they didn't hear the original one, it's not that. It's just a matter of like, I think that people asking you to spend, depending on how much it is, like $2,000 for a friend's birthday trip. It's too much money that it's like New Year's Eve. You can't have as much fun, as much money as you're spending, and it will hurt your friendship. Money is fungible. I've never heard that word used outside of NFTs.
Well, it's an economic term.
Just because it's earmarked. What the fuck? Okay. This person, okay. We've got a business school here. Money is fungible. Just because it's earmarked currently for the anniversary trip doesn't mean it can't be replaced. But as I recall, the writer was asking if they'd be wrong to do it. They wanted to know if they would be wrong to talk to their partner about it. And to that, I would say absolutely not. They are a team and maybe they can both come up with a creative solution for the writer to go on both trips and or for both of them to replace any money moved from the anniversary pot. I feel like this is definitely a case-by-case basis, but with what the writer said they would do and re-up what she reallocated for the friend trip, I think that is okay. I wouldn't stand in the way of my partner going on a friend's trip, and I wouldn't want my partner to get in the way either. As long as the writer puts out the money back, all is Gucci. Only wrong because I agree with Meghan that they might regret it after. See, I think it's a personality type. That is like when you know yourself and you know you'll regret spending that much money. Okay, so I feel like if the writer just did it, then that would be wrong. Always talk through with the partner first. I think a discussion should be had with the partner before using any anniversary money. And so long as she gets an agreement that she can replace the money in addition to how much she has to contribute in general, she should be safe. Like y'all said, she's wrong if she just takes it, but it may not hurt to at least ask it in a safe way if she can pay back for the trip. Yeah, I don't know if I said this, but like without a doubt, if this came up, and like Mats would be like, he would make me go on the trip. He's like, you have to go. You like, we'll figure, like, you got to go, you know? So like at that point, I probably, if I didn't want to go, if I like was like, I don't want to, I just wouldn't tell him because he would be like, no, you have to, we'll figure it out. I'll pay for you to go.
He loves going on friend trips though.
Oh my God. He loves friend trips, but you know what he loves more than any? He loves me getting a little treat because like, I'm not a little treat person like that. Like I'm very frugal. Like anytime he leaves the house, he's like, I got you a little drink. And I'm like, okay, like we're out somewhere, we're at Lowe's. He goes, do you want a drink? And I'm like, no, I have my water. And he's like, his favorite thing is when I'm like, I kind of want fries. He'll be like, let's go get, like because he loves a little treat and he loves when I do a little treat with him. And he's very sweet. He loves people doing what he's doing at the same time. He's a
mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys. It's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
And then we've got writer number 2, who wants to ghost their therapist. 12% said the writer is wrong. 88% said the writer is not wrong. How I did the Scooby-Dooby-Doo theme song, not even thinking.
I love that.
I ghosted a horrible couples therapist. My solo therapist said I should let her know what didn't work for us in an email or something, but I couldn't just do it.
I had the opposite. My couples therapist was like, you need to break up with your solo therapist and you should tell her. And then I said, I'm just going to ghost her. And then I went back and she was like, that's fine. I don't care.
Someone said, I only voted the writers wrong because I follow a therapist on YouTube who said ghosting can cause logistical problems for therapists. I don't remember exactly what, though. Actually, if the therapist isn't being respectful, then it doesn't really matter. Why help them out if they aren't doing their job? Ghosting is applicable. Sorry, I really had to talk that through. Understandable.
Babe, without a doubt understandable. I am also a verbal processor, which sometimes evolves into a typing processor.
And then someone else said, I feel like sending a little message being like, hey, I've been doing really well during your leave and I feel I don't need regular therapy sessions anymore. I'll reach out if things change. Would be a nice courtesy since it's a care provider instead of a friend and they had a good relationship. If it was a shitty friend or a shitty care provider, I feel like ghosting is 1000% warranted. Maybe this is my anxiety talking, but I feel like I wouldn't want to worry my therapist and I would want to keep a positive relationship in case I needed them again in the future.
It's not a good fit, though. That's the difference.
Yeah. None of our therapists that listen to the show wrote in. I'm curious about your thoughts. Maybe they can't share them.
Yeah, and actually, maybe it's that. Though I do think it's always it's a courtesy, you know, like in that. And I stand by what I said that like, you can reply if they reach out, but I don't think it's on you to like preemptively do X, Y, and Z. Because like when you take a long time off, like a lot of people need to then go see a different therapist in the interim. They can't be without therapy for that long. So yeah. Then we have my wrong of the week. I nominated Savory Fig. 96% said Savory Fig is wrong. 4% said Savory Fig is not wrong. Just so everyone knows, as a double clarification, Savory Fig, yes, is in fact the manufacturer not the manufacturer, it's the fucking person who went to Dunkin' Donuts and was passing them off as like their own creation, not the gluten-free, vegan, allergen storefront who was selling them without knowing what they were actually selling. So that answers a couple of the ones who responded. 96% said Savory Fig is wrong. 4% said Savory Fig is not wrong. Everybody just responded saying they are so wrong. They were the supplier. If they're a supplier, and I'm remembering correctly, they are indeed definitely wrong.
My wrong of the week was Michael Maiden. Who's wrong? 99% said that Maiden's wrong. 1% said that Maiden is not wrong.
Did you see the response that someone had?
Let me get on over there. Someone said, I did not remember this one, and usually I don't vote if I don't remember, but I saw an old white dude, so I took my chances saying he is wrong. Facts.
And that makes me happy to hear because I have a protocol when posting people who are horrible in this, that I'm not picking glamour shots of them. I'm not picking any of those things. I think it should accurately represent what they did, who they are, like to give you a vibe of them, and they don't get the glitzy glamour version. This is the only fucking photo I could find of him that would like actually cut out. The rest is like one of him at like a museum or something. And it's just, you can't even see any of it. And I was worried that he's in a suit, but I'm really glad that what prevails is the old white man. Mm-hmm. You can put an old white man in a suit, still an old white man.
There's just a look in their eyes.
Yeah. I talked about this at my hairstyle, like at my hair salon with my hairstylist, and we were talking with everybody. And collectively, it was me, her, and this middle-aged woman, and all three of us together were like, I would have killed him. She's like, I would have gone to jail. and I would have murdered that man. And my husband would have had, I told him, I said, honey, you're going to have to take care of the kids. And he said he would kill him. And I said, okay, fine. I'll clean up the body. And I was like, great. This is me bonding with this woman I've never met.
Good to know you're on the same page.
About how we both kill this man. Exactly. We weren't on the same page about a lot of other things.
I kind of figured that.
Of course.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Tune in on Monday for a fresh episode of Don't Blame Me. Tuesday for See You Next Tuesday. And then back on Thursday for a brand new But Am I Wrong? And I got to say, it's one of my favorite episodes that we've done.
We went in. Mm-hmm. It was good.
All right. We will tap back later.
Hey, are you ready for some real talk and some fantastic laughs? Join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
We're serving up 4 hilarious shows every week designed to entertain and engage and, possibly enrage you.
And Don't Blame Me, we dive deep into listeners' questions, offering advice that's funny, relatable, and real.
Whether you're dealing with relationship drama or you just need a friend's perspective, we've got you.
Then switch gears with But Am I Wrong, which is for listeners who didn't take our advice and want to know if they are the villains in the situation.
Plus, we share our hot takes on current events and present situations that we might even be wrong in our lives. Spoiler alert, we are actually quite literally never wrong.
But wait, there's more. Check out See You Next Tuesday, where we reveal the juicy results from our listener polls from But Am I Wrong?
And don't miss Fisting Friday, where we catch up, chat about pop culture, TV, and movies. It's the perfect way to kick off your weekend.
So if you're looking for a podcast that feels like a chat with your besties, listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.